You're listening to the Why Boarding School podcast, broadcasting around the world. Join us as we promote independent boarding schools throughout the United States and Canada with our invited guests. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jeffrey Quebec.
Welcome to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the Director of Admission and Financial Aid at Lumiere School in Porte, Indiana, Stephanie Hill. Welcome, Stephanie. It's great to have you here today.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Great. So Lumiere School was founded in 1963 as an independent Roman Catholic boarding and day school for boys. The school became coeducational when they began accepting girls in 1978. Stephanie, perhaps you can start off by giving our audience a brief overview of the number of students at Lumiere School, the grades you offer, where the students come from, etc.
Yeah, so we are a coeducational boarding and day school, grades 9 through 12. We have 164 students from 21 countries and 11 states.
Very nice. And what is the academic curriculum like at Lumiere School?
Yeah, so at our core, we are college prep. And what that looks like is our students are going to know how to write when they leave Lumiere. They're going to know how to think critically, and they're going to be able to lead and contribute to discussions. On top of that, our schedule really fits the college prep model. So our students, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, they have 45-minute classes. On Wednesday and Thursday, we extend that. So those classes are 75 minutes long. They'll take 3 classes on Wednesday and 4 classes on Thursday.
And can you talk a little bit about the learning support services that are offered at Lumiere School?
Yeah, so I would say there are 2 options for students. We have a learning support specialist. So if a student really needs that additional support throughout their academic day, where they meet with their learning support specialist during their study hall or free period, we have that. We also have a tutorial period that is after every class day, every day. And that is 30 minutes where their teachers are in their classroom or their offices, and students can go to their teachers and get that additional support that they may need.
Oh, that's great. And can you tell me a little about the visual and performing arts offerings?
Yeah, so we have both visual and performing arts opportunities during the day and in the afternoons. So during the day, students can take visual art classes, concert choir, American pop music, just to name a few. And then in the afternoons, maybe they want to participate in our theater department, in our theater productions that we have twice a year, or be a part of our literary magazine.
So the opportunities are not only during the school day, but then also afterwards, it sounds like?
Exactly.
Oh, very nice. Are there any special signature programs that are offered at Lumiere?
Yeah, our Wednesday schedule, you may have been thinking, all right, 3 classes in that day. What are they doing with the rest of their time? How does that work? So that is where our Lumina program comes in. And that is either teacher-supported program, or it is a student-led independent project. Maybe it's community service-based, and that happens on Wednesday afternoon. So they could go, some examples of that is they could go to the Humane Society, help at the Humane Society. Maybe they want to be part of our School Buddies program, where they'll go to a local elementary school and teach those students how to read, play games with them. And then the culmination of these either semester or year-long programs is that they do a symposium and share with the rest of the school and student body what they did for their Lumina program.
Very nice. So is every single student involved in this program?
Every single student is involved in this program.
What an awesome opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so how about athletics? Is every student required to play each sport? And also, what are some of the athletic offerings that Lumiere has?
Yeah, so students have to do an afternoon activity all 3 seasons. They will have to do a physical activity at least one of those seasons, and they have to do a team activity as well. And so an afternoon activity could look like a sport like volleyball, basketball, cross country, baseball, tennis, soccer, basketball, cheer. Or maybe they want to do a different afternoon activity like theater or Model UN. So they have a lot of different choice, but they have to fill those requirements.
Very nice. It's the Lakers, right?
It's the Lakers.
Yeah. Go Lakers.
Go Lakers.
Awesome. We're going to do, Stephanie, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation talking about Lumiere School in LaPorte, Indiana.
Do you have any questions or guests that you'd like to see on an upcoming Why Boarding School podcast? You can contact us directly through our website at whyboardingschool.com. Now, back to our show.
Welcome back to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the Director of Admission and Financial Aid at Lumiere School in LaPorte, Indiana, Stephanie Hill. And Stephanie, as we continue our conversation, can you share with our audience what is a typical school day like at Lumiere?
Yeah, so a typical school day, students start their classes at about 8:15, but before they go to their first class, we always meet as a community for our morning meeting. And that is student run. They are announcing sports victories that we had the night before. They're telling the student body about activities that are happening either during the day or at night that night. They are reminding students about upcoming events that they have to be a part of. And we will always end that morning meeting with a prayer, and then they'll go off to their first class. They'll go through their day of classes. Classes typically end around 3:15 in the afternoon. They'll have that tutorial period that is dedicated time. Then they'll head off to their afternoon activity after that tutorial period. Finishing the afternoon activity, they'll go to dinner 6 o'clock. We have a resident life hour starting at 6:45 every evening. And that's where students can go down to our fitness center. They can go to the field house to shoot baskets. Maybe they want to be out on the tennis court playing some tennis with their friends if the weather is nice. Or if a faculty member opens the beach, maybe they want to be out on a kayak before they have to be back in their dorms for study hall at 8 o'clock. Then study hours go from 8 to 9:30. Lights out around 10:30 for the 9th and 10th graders, and the 11th and 12th graders have a soft lights out as well at 10:30.
I like how that morning meeting is run by the students. It really sends a nice message about being really a student-centered school.
Exactly. And it ties into our prefect program, which is our leadership program here on campus that our seniors partake in.
Okay. And so that's something they apply for, or how does that work?
Yeah, so they apply for it in the spring of their junior year. They go through a rigorous interview process, and then the elected prefects are announced in usually mid-April.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. And so how about the weekends at Lumiere School? What are they like? Are there events on campus, off campus, different clubs, activities, etc.?
What I like to tell a parent that comes into my office talking about boarding school, if your child on the weekend ever comes to you and says, I'm bored, I need you as a parent to ask 3 questions. Did you go to the resident life meeting this week to talk about what you wanted to do this weekend? Did you ask your friends to join you on one of the weekend activities that we have planned or are scheduled? And 3, did you ask your friend to do something on campus, like go to our student activity center or go to the gym and hang out, or hang out outside if the weather's nice? If all 3 of those answers are no, then your child is choosing to be bored. And that is the case here at Lumiere. So our students have plenty of weekend activities to sign up for. We have our own transportation here. So we'll have off-campus activities, we'll have on-campus activities. And like I said, they have to choose to be bored.
And what are some of those activities?
Yeah, so they'll go, this past weekend, they went paintballing. We opened the beach. All of the kayaks were used. We had a bonfire. On Friday night was s'mores. I was back on campus on Sunday. We had tennis players out on the tennis courts. We have, your typical trips to Walmart, Target, grocery stores, Chipotle. All of that happens as well within their weekend.
Very nice. And so how's your paintball game, Stephanie?
Ooh, not as good as others.
Okay, there you go. How about the meals? What are the meals like? Are they served sit down, buffet? Are they required?
They are buffet style, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Our students all check in for dinner in the evening time, and they can choose if they want to eat in the dining hall, but they do have to check in with an adult.
Okay, great. And dorm life, what's dorm life like at La Lumiere School?
So, oh, dorm life, I get to do dorm duty in the ninth grade and 10th grade girls' dorm.
Okay.
And a quintessential story of what dorm life is like is we had two students that said, I want to do a Nerf gun duel. And so right before study hours started, we had an epic duel outside of the dorms with Nerf guns. And that's just it. At La Lumiere, it's all about community. It's about being together. And so dorm life, you see that in each dorm. Each dorm has its own kind of personality that the dorm parents bring out and the students bring with.
So in reference to community, which you brought up, is there an advisor system at the school?
Yeah, so each student will have an advisor. There are about 5 to 8 students in the advisory. It's a cross grade, so you could be in an advisory with as a ninth grader with 12th graders to get their experience, and you'll meet with your advisor twice a week.
So Stephanie, these advisory groups, is this a group that remains together through your tenure at the school, or is it change from year to year? How does that work?
Yeah, so as a freshman or whenever you come into La Lumiere, you get assigned an advisor, and you can keep that advisor for all 4 years if you want to, or you can have the option to ask for a change if you would like to do that.
Nice. And would you say, is there a typical La Lumiere school student?
So a typical La Lumiere school student, someone that is kind, someone that wants to be involved in a lot of things, and to be part of a dynamic community that are going to go to the sports games to celebrate their friends, that are going to go to the Fine Arts Fridays that we have here on campus. We want students that are wanting more than just the typical go to class at 8 o'clock in the morning, leave at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Seems like a pretty vibrant community with lots of school spirit.
Yeah, definitely.
Are there any cool traditions at La Lumiere School that may be unique from other schools? Or Stephanie, perhaps there's that one tradition you hope always remains part of the school?
Yes. So the students would be upset with me if I didn't mention our Heads Cup competition. So you come in to La Lumiere as a new student and you get assigned to a Heads Cup team. You also get assigned as an adult as well as a faculty member. And throughout the year, there are 4 Heads Cup teams. They will have tough competitions throughout the year, whether it's minute to win it games, math problem competitions, tug of war, flag football is happening, all of these things, and then culminates with the points all added up, and there is a crowned victor at the end of the school year, which is happening next week. So kids are getting excited for the end of May.
Very nice. So is there anything about La Lumiere that we didn't discuss today that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, we are 150 acres, and a sophomore boarding student said it best. She was like, it's like I'm at summer camp, not only because I'm surrounded by trees and walk by a lake to get to class every morning, but I'm surrounded by a community of people that are kind and that really care about me. And I was like, that really just encapsulates everything that is La Lumiere.
Yeah, bottle that up. Bring her in admissions. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So if someone's interested in being part of this wonderful community at La Lumiere School, how might they go about starting the admissions process?
Yeah, so they would go to our website, fill out an inquiry form. It'll be the best way to let us know that you're interested. And then from there, starting the application process. We do both our own application through Veracross as well as take the standard application online. And at this point of the year, we're still accepting applications for some of our grades, depending on availability. And so, yeah, that's just going to our website is the best way.
And Stephanie, what is that website address for our audience?
Yeah, so it's lalumiere.org.
Very nice. So once again, lalumiere.org. Well, Stephanie, this has been great. I've enjoyed our conversation, learning more about La Lumiere School, and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff. It's been great.
Stephanie Hill, Director of Admission and Financial Aid, La Lumiere School in LaPorte, Indiana.
Thank you for listening to the Why Boarding School podcast. We look forward to you joining us for our next episode. Please remember to subscribe to the Why Boarding School podcast and help us spread the word. Until next time.